It's Windjammer, and I am coming from Baxter State Park in Maine. So pretty freaking cool place, new state for me. It is almost 3:30. I'm doing something, this will be a first. I woke up at 1 o'clock this morning, got on a plane in Memphis, flew to Philly, flew to Bangor, Maine, drove to Baxter State Park. Now it's 3:30 and I'm still in my traveling clothes. I have to change and I have to hike 8 or 9 miles maybe to a backcountry shelter lean-to. So yeah, this is the first time I think I've ever flown in and immediately went straight to a trailhead and started hiking. So I'm gonna get started, change clothes, get my gear packed up, and hit the trail because I'm already looking at probably gonna be hiking at dark. Maybe, we'll see how fast I can get going and all. But yeah, so I'm gonna hit the trail and then we can talk about what's going on. All right, see you in a minute. All right, first little sign. So, oh, that's not too bad. Russell Pond Campground is 7.2 miles. I actually thought it was a bit more than that. And I'm pretty sure it's flat as well. So I feel pretty confident I'll make it before the sun goes down. Beautiful little creek here. Let me get down here a little bit and then we'll have this little chit chat. All right, I am hiking in Maine. Feels pretty good. I think this is state number 25. A little out of breath. I was trying to scramble because I felt like I was so rushed to get everything together and get on trail. Really have plenty of time. It's 4 o'clock. I have 7 miles to go. Sun doesn't start setting until sometime after 7. So I feel pretty confident I won't have to use the headlamp that I've gotten out for me tonight, but that's okay. So anyway, Baxter State Park. This is home to Mount Katahdin, which is the end of the Appalachian Trail, but for my purposes, it's also the highest mountain in the state of Maine. High Pointers organization, unite, baby. So I want to hike the high point, right? Well, it's Labor Day weekend. Tomorrow is in fact Labor Day. And when I started trying to piece this together, everything around Baxter State Park was booked in terms of like campsites and stuff. They do have a certain number of day visits you can come in. So you book a day pass to come to this trailhead I parked at. And after everyone goes through, if there's other people there that are wanting to get through to get parked to hike just Mount Katahdin as a day hike, they allow that, but only a certain number each day. So I didn't want to fly in and then run the risk of not being able to get a day pass. So what I'm doing is a very roundabout overnight backpacking trip to 7 miles in to Russell Pond, and then about 13 or 14 miles tomorrow with a lot of climbing to get to the peak of Katahdin and back. Not the most optimal way to do this, but it's the way that I could do it and make sure that I could reach my goal. So that's the plan. Good news is I'm staying in a lean-to, and pretty neat about this, when you book a lean-to, it's booked for just specifically your party, not like the Great Smoky Mountains where it could be you and 11 fellas. So this is pretty nice. Means I don't have to bring a tent, anything like that. I can just roll my sleeping pad out, get my sleeping bag, and snooze. So not a very heavy pack, and it'll be a good day. I've been walking through a forest, but it opens up to this lake right here. I think we're also going to get our first views of Mount Katahdin. Which, dude, that is going to be a big climb. But it's going to be awesome. Wow, that's awesome. Well, I've reached another trail junction, and the All Trails map I'm using wants me to keep going down the Wasataqquik Stream Trail. Ooh, I know I'm butchering that word. There's the Wasataqquik. Okay, there's the south branch of that stream right there. I'm not even going to try to say that again. But in an effort to save time, I'm actually going to deviate from the All Trails route and stay on the Russell Pond Trail, which has me 3.3 miles away from the campground I'm going. So help me get there a little quicker. Again, I'm very tired after getting up at 1 in the morning in Mississippi and flying and driving and hiking. So yeah, been a long day, but it is very beautiful, and I do love the sound of a running stream. That's always a winner. It's a little after 6. I'm still cruising right along. A very, very peaceful forest walk has been the majority of my day. Kind of like this right here. Unless I've come across a stream, it's been very quiet and tranquil, one might say. Yeah, just a good day out in the Maine woods. Check this out. That is a wide water crossing. I might actually be able to do this without getting my feet wet, especially looking over there. But this would be pro level stuff if I can accomplish it. But you know what? I'm a pro. There's a possible path right there too. Let's do this. Pro, baby. Pro. I made it across all that. I got a little feet wet. Nothing bad at all though. Mwah. I want to thank all my fans. Yeah, that was awesome. Anyway, I was looking on the map, and as soon as I crossed that, I'm probably about 0.7, 0.8 miles away from the Russell Pond campground. So looks like there's one more water crossing, not as intense as that though, but we'll see when we get there. It's actually should be coming up close, but if I got past that with hardly getting my feet wet, I'm confident, baby. Highly confident. Still tired. Just past a sign They said the Russell Pond campground is half a mile away, so very close. And actually looks a lot brighter on camera than it is here. The sun's certainly setting, but I also have plenty of time to get to where I need to be. So next shot will hopefully be of Russell Pond. I'm sure that's gonna be very pretty. And then I'll find my lean-to. And like I said, out here, when someone books one of the lean-tos at this site, it's a single party booking. So in my case, I am the party. And it'll just be me in the lean-to, which sounds pretty cool. So I looked at a picture online. They look like little cool little places to call home for the night. But we'll check it out soon. Well, I've made it to Russell Pond. It's a cute little place. All right. Now let's take a look at home. All right. Here is home for the night. Number 3 lean-to at Russell Pond. And Russell Pond is just right through those trees there. It's actually a little trail that goes up to it. That's where I was just at. And yeah, really, really cool. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. Well, I don't have a paper map to show how this all went today, but like I said at the beginning of this video, this is the very long, most not optimal way to get up to Mount Katahdin. But it's been a great day so far. A little over 7 miles into this camp, and then tomorrow will be a big day where I'm climbing all the way up to Mount Katahdin, and then I think it's like 12 miles, 13 miles a day or something like that. And also, like I said earlier, I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning, drove 2 hours to the Memphis airport, flew to Philly, flew to Bangor, drove 2 hours to here, and then hiked, so I'm pretty gassed. But I was thinking about that, and what an amazing time to be alive. I woke up in Mississippi this morning, and now I'm sleeping in a lean-to in Maine, all on the same day. That is pretty freaking awesome. But anyway, it's a little after 7, I think. I'm going to eat a little bit, do my bedtime stuff, and like I said, I'm going to crash early, so we'll see you in the morning. Oh, you know, tomorrow is Labor Day. I'm not sure what filming is going to be like tomorrow, because I imagine there's going to be a buttload of people on Mount Katahdin, but we'll figure that out when we get there. So, good night. See you in the morning. Good morning. It's 7:15 right now. I'm not quite ready to leave, but I'm close. Man, I'm a little late. I wanted to get up and get moving way earlier than this, but I was so cozy and sleeping so good. I just could not get out of bed. But all right, but we're about to get started, so time to make the long haul up to Mount Katahdin. Let's get moving. just like that, I've summited my 18th state high point, Mount Katahdin in Maine. Check. Now I just gotta get down. There are numerous ways to get up and down, varying levels from standard to spicy. I was thinking this whole time I would do the spicy route, which is called the Knife Edge Trail. Looks like it's a lot of fun. The truth is, I'm absolutely gassed. Totally gassed. I don't know if it's the combination of just a hard day hiking today and the hard travel day I had yesterday all kind of combined, but I am very weary. So I did have a Rice Krispie treat with sprinkles, which is a great combination, by the way. It's amazing. And some juicy drops up on the summit, so I do feel a little better, but I'm not going to try to tackle the nice edge when I'm running on E. So standard route for me, I'm going to shoot back down the saddle trail, take a right, and shoot right down the valley back to my car. Should be pretty simple, all downhill, and nothing complicated and to work through. So I'll burn this last little bit out. The Dunkin' Donuts not far away from this trailhead. Well, once you get back into the town, that's what I want right now. I've never seen a trail with so many rocks. I love rocks, but right now I'm kind of hating rocks. I'm not sure I've taken an even step in 7 miles. It's 4 o'clock. It's taking me a lot longer to get out here than I anticipated. That's okay. I'm just kind of hungry. This isn't even the worst though. This is super easy compared to what I've been coming down. It's just rocks. Making progress though. Ta-da! Just like that, I'm back in the car. Oh man, I did 15 miles today, climbed well over 5,000 feet of elevation gain. And I tell you, this trail took a lot longer than I anticipated, and also took a lot more out of me than I expected. That was hard. It could be that in 2 days is my birthday and I'm getting old. I'll be 41. But I don't think that's the case. I think these trails were just like very hard. I bogged down on the way up for sure and took a lot of breaks. But you would expect to be able to make that time up as you go down. But that was not the case. Just so many rocks. You couldn't move fast. You just had to take your time and work your way through. But another awesome trip in the books. Baxter State Park, Maine. My 18th state high point, Mount Katahdin. And also really liked that I couldn't book like a day hike or nothing, and I had to do the long roundabout way, because that allowed me to see a lot of the state park that you just wouldn't be able to see if you just went up and down, right? Particularly, Rosa Pond was cool. I had a great night there. But particularly the High Peaks Trail, coming up the back end of Katahdin, I was all alone, and there was just gorgeous views. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people when I got closer. Not as many as I expected, actually, but plenty of people. But yeah, for the majority of my day, as I was hiking up the back of Katahdin, down that way that's not very well traveled, it's just me. And it was really cool. Beautiful, beautiful views. But anyway, it's after 6 o'clock. This is late. So I'm about to head into Millinocket, I think is how you say that. It's the closest town. And find a burger or something. And then I have a long drive to get to Acadia National Park, which I will definitely get there. It's going to be dark when I get there. So, got a front country campsite. We'll get into all that in my next video. But, yeah, time to keep this Maine adventure rolling. See you next time.